Okay, ladies, I want to talk about like specific text messages that you can send to your man that creates that emotional bond, that connection, and actually he's going to fall in love with you and he's going to build up that attraction towards you. So these text templates, they are so powerful and yet so simple. So if you're just going to start integrating and incorporating some of them into the way how you communicate with them, you're going to see a difference in the way how the two of you are going to engage and react and respond with each other. The first one is the complement of the playful jab. Now, obviously, bringing a little bit of playfulness, a little bit of a tease, a little bit of a flirty type interaction, the way how you're going to engage with him on a day-to-day basis is going to make an impact, is going to influence him in the way how his emotional response is going to be with you. What that is going to look like with you, for example, is like, oh my God, every time I see a holiday photo of you, like the tan that you have is just like so special and so unique. I can't help but stare more at it. Like, how do you do this every single time on every single photo? That's the playful jab. The second one is you want to complement his hidden traits. Maybe he has these like leadership skills and these organizational skills that are so ingrained in him. He doesn't even have to think about it. He doesn't even think it's anything special. But for everyone around you or everyone around him, including you, it's something that really stands out. Everything is planned, everything is organized, everything is like well thought through. If you compliment him on these hidden traits, it works. Another one are these subtle acknowledgements of some of these like qualities that he might have. Maybe he's a musician. Maybe he has like amazing handyman skills. Or he just like has this attitude around him, just like makes everything positive all the time. So if you find a way to acknowledge it's like, hey, I see this. Hey, I see you. There's something really special about you in the way how you have this variety of skills. And you always seem to add like more to every single room, to every single situation, to every single group environment that we're in, or even if it's just the two of you. Complimenting him on these type of things, he's gonna love it. He's gonna feel more attracted to you and he's gonna fall in love with you because like, man, finally there's a woman who sees him, who not just sees him, but who really acknowledges him and like points out the uniqueness and the specialty that he embodies on a day-to-day basis.
Which brings me to today's sponsor. If you're stuck, lost, or confused when it comes to your relationship with men and you don't know how to communicate your needs to him in a way that makes you feel seen, loved, and heard, then you must see this. Since every woman's personality and circumstance is so unique and so special to you, we have a free relationship assessment quiz that you can take in the link below. That quiz will give you a customizable action plan to give you the love that you deserve, because you're worthy of it and you do deserve it so much. So take our free relationship assessment quiz right now, and now back to the video.
Now, obviously, then there's this conversational question, like maybe you need some help with your tech. Maybe you need some help to figure out like what's the right thing to buy, or figuring out the Wi-Fi configuration at home with this new computer or this new router that you have. Or maybe you need some help in any other way like this. If you just ask him for some support, for some guidance, what to buy, how to integrate, how to set it up, he's going to love it, because now you put him in a position of basically being your hero, being the man who's solving the problems for you. We men, we love that. So if you put him in a position to be that man for you, he's going to feel more attracted to you. Number 5, if you compliment him on his styles. Now this might sound a little bit more of a superficial thing, but sometimes it's just these like very ordinary comments of like, man, the shirt looks absolutely amazing on you. Or like, wow, you always seem to figure out how to put a style together that just works. The reason why this is a powerful statement, even though it sounds so simple and almost like a little bit superficial, it doesn't even matter, because we all know, unfortunately, there are many men out there, they don't really quite know how to put like different pieces together, how to have like a sense of a fashion style. And there are many women who have a sense for fashion. So if a man kind of like starts to embody that himself and they're getting acknowledged for it, that appreciation that the woman has, because the eye and the way how she looks at beauty and appearance is just like often a little bit different than men do, then that acknowledgement, that praise, that compliment lands deeply. Then number 6 is the casual mention. Let's say he's always creating a story whatever he's experiencing, that's for some reason he figures out the way how that's like a lesson for life for him. And if you just casually mention, it's like, you know what, last week when you shared the story about like you going on winter holidays and you met this person and like the kind of like golden nugget that this person gave you and how you started to apply this in your life, it's still with me. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still figuring out how can I apply this in my life. Small, simple, casual mention, but yet deeply impactful. And again, you put him in a position of like whatever he shares with you, whatever his stories are, whatever his insights are for his life, and he's offering it to you or to the rest of the world, it has an impact on you. So you put him in a position of being in this leadership position, being your hero, being the Superman in your story. And that's beautiful. Another version of that is like, you know, this envy and inquiry. Let's say he always seems to have like the super tidy, well organized, clean and perfect apartment or car or anything else like this. If you just mention like, wow, your apartment is always so tidy and spotless, it feels like you're in a hotel room, yet you live in it and it has this homey vibe. How do you do this? How do you make it happen and it doesn't take you hours and hours and hours of work every single day in order to keep it as tidy as it is right now? This is a great question to ask. This is a great compliment to make, because this envy and inquiry of like, man, I love what you have. I love what you do. I don't know how you do it. Like, please tell me. It's great. It works. We love it. And it's so simple. It doesn't cost you anything. And yet it has this emotional impact. It kind of like, it hits us straight here. And like, she sees it. She wants it. She loves it. She wants my support. She wants my insights. She wants my wisdom. Great. Awesome. Let me give it to her. The next one, number 8, is you just want to play to his masculinity. You know, if he is a buff guy and he's strong or he's tall, and you just compliment him on these masculine traits of thanking him and just applauding him for the work that he puts into the gym, and you can see it, and his arms are like strong and he just feels like this physical man that you can just feel so safe around, and he's just taking care of you in that regard, just being in his presence. Complimenting a man on this, especially if they're really putting a lot of time and effort and energy into being that man and being a strong, confident guy, then these compliments are powerful, because not just do you in some ways acknowledge like his appearance and the energy and what he carries, but also the work that he puts in there, even though you might not even mention it. But he knows, wow, she sees that. She acknowledges these type of qualities of mine. And I have actually put so much time, effort, and energy and like sweat and blood and tears into this. We want this. We need this as men. There's so many men who put out there, it's like, I don't need any of these praise and the acknowledgement of women. It's like, no, that's not right. We do. And if you're the one who does this for us, you stand out in the crowd. Number 9 is going to be the thoughtful memories. You know, if you send a photo of the two of you being on a holiday or going on, you know, the first date in this one restaurant, and then for some reason you just seem to walk by it and you just like remember it, you take another shot and you send it to him. It's like, oh, remember our first date? This is when the whole journey started, and I'm so amazed and so pleased, and like, wow, I couldn't even imagine how much of an impact you had on my life. That lands on so many different levels for him, and like connecting him to these memories, these beautiful memories and maybe adventures or experiences that the two of you had together. It's great, because like we're taking something from the past, we can bring it back into the here and the now, and it's this beauty from back then transformed into the beauty that we have now here. And that's just something that's very special to us. And receiving these type of compliments and creating these type of connections from the past, the beauty from the past, and bringing it into the present. Or maybe it's like, oh, maybe sometime in the future we should do it again. Just go to the same place where it all started. Now we're connecting something all the way into the future that happened way back in time maybe. And number 10 is this genuine encouragement. If you praise him, if you compliment him, if you support him, you're like, hey, I see all the work, all the time that he put in to complete this project, this success, and whatever he has achieved. If you just become part of it, his success, the purpose and the meaning and everything that he puts so much into in order to make it happen, and you make yourself part of it, and then you compliment him on it and you see him, that's so special to us in our heart. If someone celebrates our wins and our personal successes, even though they might have nothing to do with them, but yet there's a woman who is like, hey, I love this for you. I want to celebrate you. I am celebrating you right now, and I just want you to see how special you are. And I've seen all the work, all the blood, sweat, and tears you put into this, all the long nights and like the short mornings, the early mornings, and everything else. I've seen it all, and I think you're special, and I know everything you put into this, and I just want you to know this is amazing. listen, you're unique, you're special, you're way above the average, you're something very, very powerful, and I love you for that. So if you use any of these 10 texting templates, or texting compliments, I should say, in whatever kind of way you're going to adjust them, in whatever kind of way you're going to use them, they're going to make a positive impact in his life. The emotional bond that you're going to create, the positive connections that you're constantly having and engaging with him, and even if it's just texting with him, it works. He's gonna fall more in love with you if you keep doing that, because you make him feel as like being your special man. He wants to feel that way. And again, if he feels that way, he will realize and recognize you are that person who makes him feel that way. And that's one of these key ingredients that I mention over and over and over again. If there is an attraction already, if there is a bond, and you are already in a partnership, and then you are that person who consistently reminds him of how special he is, brings up these compliments, connects herself to his purpose and his meaning and everything else that he wants to achieve in life, and she's celebrating him, you're going to have a very, very special place in his heart.